My name is Charlotte, and this is the story of how Olivia, my classmate, managed to fool almost everyone. I have always been a dedicated student. I studied a lot, made summaries, and put in the effort to get good grades. But no matter how hard I tried, I could never surpass Olivia. She just seemed brilliant, always getting the best grades, being praised by teachers, and admired by students. But I knew the truth. Olivia cheated on every test. Not only did she cheat, but she made an art of it. She hid tiny papers in her sleeve, typed formulas on her phone, and even got other students to pass answers to her. But instead of keeping it a secret, she flaunted it. One day in math class, the teacher praised Olivia in front of the class. "You should all take inspiration from her." I held myself back from rolling my eyes. But the worst came afterward. When we left the room, she looked at me and some classmates and laughed. "Guys, you really need to try harder. It's like you're not even trying," she said, knowing full well that she never studied. There was also the time when Megan, one of the shyest girls in class, tried to answer a question in literature. She stammered a bit, but her answer was correct. Olivia didn't miss the chance to whisper loud enough for everyone to hear. Wow, that took an eternity. It must be hard having such a slow brain. Another time, when Noah, who always put in a lot of effort, got a B on a difficult test, Olivia made sure to show off her A+. "Oh, Noah, if you want, I can give you some study tips." "Oops, I forgot you already study a lot." And still, she shrugged and smirked. I saw Noah's face turn red with embarrassment. One morning, before a biology test, Olivia arrived radiating confidence. "Guys, don't you think studying for a test is a waste of time?" She shrugged, as if spending hours reviewing the material was ridiculous. What no one saw was that when the teacher turned her back, she discreetly opened a folded paper inside her pencil case. At the school dance, when Ethan finally got the courage to ask Emily to dance, Olivia laughed out loud and commented to her friends seriously, "Does he really think he has a chance with her? That's adorable." Emily looked uncomfortable, and Ethan walked away, clearly embarrassed. At another moment, during a group project, Kevin suggested a different idea for the history assignment. Olivia immediately interrupted him. "Oh, Kevin, let me come up with the idea, okay? The last thing we want is to lose points because of a bad idea." In gym class, when Sophia tripped and fell during a race, Olivia pretended to be concerned and then murmured to her friends, "Imagine being that uncoordinated. I would die of embarrassment." And then there was that day in the chemistry lab. We were mixing solutions, and Jacob, who had always been a bit clumsy, accidentally spilled some liquid on the table. Olivia rolled her eyes and exclaimed, "Wow, Jacob, if there were an award for Disaster of the Year, you'd win it easily." Despite all of this, Olivia continued to be the model student for the teachers, and no one ever seemed to notice what was really happening. But I knew that one day, everything would have to change. And then, one afternoon, an unexpected opportunity arose. Our history teacher, Mr. Thompson, announced a surprise quiz. Olivia's confident smile faltered for a brief second, but she quickly regained her composure. She reached into her sleeve, but before she could retrieve anything, Mr. Thompson said, "No notes, no materials. Everything on the desks, now." I saw panic flash in Olivia's eyes. She glanced around, probably trying to think of an escape. The test started, and for the first time, I noticed how still her pen was. The usual speed and confidence with which she wrote were gone. Her gaze darted from one side to another, but with everyone focused on their own papers. No one was willing to help her this time. When the results came back, Olivia had scored far lower than usual. Mr. Thompson raised an eyebrow as he handed her paper back. "Not your best work, Olivia. Maybe you should try studying next time." The news spread quickly. People started whispering. Some students who had once admired her started questioning how she had always been the best. Olivia tried to laugh it off, but the doubt had already settled. And for the first time, she didn't have a clever remark to throw at anyone. I didn't say anything. I didn't need to. Watching her struggle to maintain the illusion was enough. Because now, everyone was finally seeing what I had known all along. As the days passed, Olivia's popularity began to decline. Teachers started paying closer attention to her, and without her usual tricks, her grades began to drop. The classmates she once mocked now ignored her, and the admiration she had enjoyed turned into quiet indifference. One afternoon, I found her sitting alone in the library, staring at an open textbook with a frustrated expression. It was strange seeing her without her usual arrogance. She looked up at me and sighed. "I don't know how you do it. Studying, I mean. It's so exhausting." I hesitated for a moment before sitting across from her. "It is," I admitted. "But at least when I get a good grade, I know I earned it." She was silent for a while before nodding. "Yeah, I guess that must feel nice." From that day on, Olivia wasn't the same. She didn't magically become a perfect student, nor did she suddenly turn into a kind person. But she stopped cheating, and little by little, she started actually trying. She still had moments where her old self surfaced, but the difference was that now, she was facing the real challenge, proving to herself that she could do it. And as for me, I learned something too. Sometimes, people who act the worst are the ones struggling the most. Olivia had spent so much time pretending to be perfect that she had forgotten what it meant to actually work for something. And while I still didn't like her, I could at least respect her choice to change. In the end, the truth had caught up with her. But instead of destroying her, it gave her a chance to finally be real.